Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm a little lightheaded, so I may pause this video, but I'll do my best to make sure there's no cuts so you won't notice. But, because I'll have to go get a Gatorade here in a minute. So I apologize for that. But today, in this video, I'm talking about SimCity, the video game series. This is my SimCity memories. SimCity is one of my all-time favorite video games of all platforms. I love SimCity. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I love SimCity so much that I actually studied political science in college. I started, my major was journalism and my minor was theater. But after a while, I flipped it to political science. And yes, I am that big of a nerd. I used to watch CNET for fun, Bloomberg for fun. Yes, the news for fun. CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, Fox News, all of them. I watched them all. They all had different programs that I was interested in. I was very heavy into politics. And one of the reasons I was into politics is because planning and zoning is a part of SimCity. And you're the mayor of a city. And so I was fascinated by this. And also, when I worked at the newspaper, I was the government reporter for a while. And my job was to go to planning and zoning commission meetings and learn about new developments in the community, which I was fascinated by because I love that shit. So let's talk about the game because that's my, we're already 2 minutes into the video. That's my background and experience with what SimCity led me to. Let's talk about the game itself. So my first experience playing SimCity was in 1995. I was in 7th grade, and I remember we had a computer lab in our junior senior high. It was a combined junior senior high. And in our school, we had a computer lab that was filled with video games. Some, like Oregon Trail, Carmen Sandiego, etc., were educational, but they weren't all educational. These computers were connected to the internet, which they did let us use from time to time, supervised. They wouldn't let us just get on. They had one computer that had access to the internet. They were all networked, so you could share files and play games on. You could connect to other players, and you could play online games or networked games together, LAN games together. But one of them was connected to the actual internet, and you could supervised. You had the adult in the chair behind you watching and showing you how to search the web and whatnot. But one of the games, obviously, they had was SimCity, and this is where I started playing it. And I fell in love with it the first time I played it. Now, sidebar, and I'll get right back into it. This will be 30 seconds or less, so time me. Hold me to it. I got into model trains originally because of the movie Beetlejuice, and they built a scale model of the town, and I wanted to do that. And that tied into my appreciation of SimCity. So I eventually got a Super Nintendo. And I say eventually. This was 2 years later. I got a Super Nintendo, and I found out, browsing the video rental store, no, not Blockbuster, we didn't have a Blockbuster, browsing the video rental store, I came across SimCity on the Super NES, so I rented it, took it home, played the shit out of it, and was so obsessed with it, I begged my parents to buy it for me. Now, this video rental store, Super Nintendo games were already on the way out. The PlayStation and Saturn were already on the market, so this video store was transitioning to them. And the N64 was already on the market, so this video store was slowly building its N64 rental library. So the Super Nintendo games were all for sale, and my parents obliged. They bought me that copy of SimCity, and I took it home and played the fuck out of it. Played it till the battery quit working. Saved so many files on that thing that eventually the battery quit working and it wouldn't save anymore. So I had to buy another copy. And then eventually I discovered, I got a computer eventually, and then I got SimCity Classic on the computer, and then I discovered emulation. So I play it through the Super Nintendo version through emulation on my laptop now. That's how I do it now. But anyways, they also had in that same computer lab SimCity 2000, which I dabbled in but never could figure out. It wasn't as easy as SimCity Classic or the original SimCity, and it was just more than I could handle. So I never got into it. I did try the Super NES version at one point in time and decided it wasn't for me, and so I brushed it aside. A few years ago, like 15 years ago, somewhere in that range, I bought SimCity 4 for Windows XP, and I gave that a try. Decided I didn't like it, and took a detour into The Sims, but that's a whole nother video. The Sims. That's a whole nother video. Since then, I have pretty much settled on the Super Nintendo version of SimCity as my version of SimCity. And that's the one I play the most. So, because it's the one I like the most. I can start a new city and get to Metropolis in 27 years. Game years. In 1927. By 1927, I can have a Metropolis. That is currently the fastest I can get there. So I'm not calling myself a speedrunner by any stretch. And I'm not bragging at all. I'm just saying that's my current capability. That's the fastest I can get to Metropolis. I have never got to Megatropolis. I've never got to the 500,000. I never got the Mario statue. And I don't think I ever will. I can usually get to about between 200 to 250,000 citizens Sims before I either lose interest and start over scratch, or don't know what to do and can't really do it because I'll have already covered the whole fucking map and I'm lost and don't know what to do. So I usually give up. So, yes, that's my experience with SimCity. I love this game. I love it a lot. I have tried other Sims. I've tried SimTown. I've tried some of the Tycoon games. I've tried Sim Earth, Sim Ant. What's another one? I think those are all the ones I have tried. I skipped SimCity. Was it 3000 or SimCity 3? I skipped that one and went straight to SimCity 4. I've not touched a modern SimCity since SimCity 4. So I don't know if there are any SimCities past that one or if there are any others. I don't know. I never had the Nintendo DS SimCity, and I never had any others besides the Super Nintendo one on consoles, home consoles. And then I had SimCity 2000 for a while and then got rid of it. So that's my experience with SimCity. I fucking love it. It's so fucking awesome.